What's going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today we're here with level 60 this time, a level 60 playthrough of the new Pirate King Adventures game mode versus Sanji, Rayleigh. I mean, it's a little strange. I don't even know what to call it. You saw the title in the previous video. I literally have no idea what to call this one. However, as we said, we're jumping into level 60 this time, so I've already cleared it once, and I was able to build a team that was able to get through it pretty comfortably. Of course, this will change as we move into level 80. I know some people out there are just going to say, why don't you just build a team for level 100? And yeah, you can do that, but I like, progressing and building my team along the way to, build for the content, because while yes, you could build a really good team that beats level 100, it might be a little slow to actually get through some of the other levels, but I like to build a team just to beat it for that content and then, approach level 100 when we get to it. So yeah, I will upload another video likely when I reach level 80, dealing with those gimmicks, but let's go ahead and jump into it. So, once again, the strategy moving forward here with this PKA season, it is interesting, and I do think that most people out there should hover around the level 60 to 80 range, get your turtles completely done, and then go ahead and, reach level 150 once your Chopper Man missions are complete, because you do still want to try and reach level 150 if you can, so you can get all of the rewards for clearing that season. But remember, the season is going to be here for quite a while, but those Chopper Man missions for the turtles are only here for a limited time, so you do have to be very, very cautious. So, jumping into it, we actually have the buffed Rumble match. That would be a lot of fun to go against. We do have only 2 Saki, because I would like to, hit Zoro to raise the level again, but we do need to hit a favorites box. Hopefully we can land on a Saki here. That would be awesome. We do. Okay, that's great. So we are definitely going to go try and challenge that Zoro. We want to challenge the buffed Pirate Rumble match. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a really, really good run. Of course, there is the favorites box there, the rainbow one, which would be nice to hit, but we're not going to hit that this time around. So let's go ahead and hit up Nami. And actually, I didn't check. Are we going to hit a box? Or just a regular treasure chest? I can't remember. Either way, it's fine. We'll just pick up the bronze statue. Probably should have looked. Yeah, we would have hit one, so we could have hit Nami there. That's fine. But let's go ahead and challenge Roger. It's just the same Roger fight as before, level 58. I unfortunately actually haven't even found Roger all that much, so we're just going to go ahead and challenge this. But yeah, as I said, I haven't even found Roger that much anyways. I've found a lot of Odin, been encountering him a lot, but Roger's been in a really weird situation, and it is nice if you can hit both of them in the same run to get, the most amount of turtles per run as possible. But it is what it is. So we're just going to go ahead and fly through this pretty comfortably. This shouldn't really be too much of an issue. And look, the thing is when we move into different Pirate Rumble or Pirate King Adventure season, should we say, you should definitely conserve the team that you were using to beat the final boss, because likely you're going to need that team for the season after that. So it's interesting how they're coming up with these different ways for us to play. It is very, very strange, I must admit, but let's go ahead and finish this one off. So we've got Shanks and Buggy, clear pretty comfortably. Probably didn't need a switch, but hey, I'm playing the game, not you guys, so I can do what I want. Next, we have this dude. We got Rayleigh Gaban, a very, very good unit in this season, by the way. The legend Rayleigh Gaban, very nice unit, because that's like one of the only boosted units that has somewhat synergy with the Robin and Koala dual unit, because they're the unit you ideally want to use in this Pirate King Adventures season. Let's go ahead and switch over to Yamato. Get the dub there. Move on to Roger, and then get that swift victory, and hopefully get a really cool reward for beating him. Hoping for green tickets. Sometimes you can get, luckily Super Cola. That's what I've heard. You can get Super Cola for beating these bosses, but it's probably only after a certain level, of course. Go ahead and use Robin to remove the Rainbow Shield, give us an attack boost. This Rare Recruit Robin, also a pretty solid unit to use in this season as well. At least for now. We'll see how things progress. Use the Luffy special, and get the dub. Sweet. So yeah, hopefully we get a green ticket, that'd be cool, or Super Cola if one randomly shows up, or Hime Turtle, I'd probably pick up that as well. But considering how rare the green tickets are, I think that those are still probably the most valuable thing to pick up, unless if Super Cola appears, because then you should always pick that, considering how rare that is compared to green tickets. So let's see what we get. We do get a green ticket, so we'll take it, that's fine. We'll go talk to Sanji, see what he's up to. We'll just go ahead and pick up the statue to increase our buddy level. So I'm at level 62 right now. This is what my buddy levels do look like. I've definitely been picking up as many int statues as I could. Int and dex are the ones you want to pick up because those are the colors that are super effective against the bosses. So you probably want to pick up those. But of course, if the mid-map bosses against Odin and Roger are a bit problematic for you, then you may want to pick up those statues too. So it is up to you at the end of the day. Now we've got the buffed Pirate Rumble match. It shouldn't be too difficult either way. It's going to be a really odd-looking side team. Yeah, we'll just use my slasher team. I've been using this slasher team quite a lot. It's not very good defensively, but in terms of offense, it's very good, and it can kill teams very quickly, especially really low-ranked and really poorly built teams. This team just wipes the floor with it very quickly, so I like to use it. It gets through the content a bit faster. And I don't know if this Rebecca Toy Soldier on the opponent's team is buffed. I don't think it's buffed. I don't think these characters are very leveled up, so this should be pretty fast here. You know, it's going to be interesting to see, like, this side team, the very, very bulky looking side team, I suppose. You know, once you get to higher levels of Pirate King Adventures, maybe this team is going to be really annoying to challenge. It doesn't seem that threatening, all things considered, though. Rebecca Toy Soldier still getting a chance to launch their special, but it's not going to really hurt us in the long run. Is Kizaru going to get his special back? He will. Such a good unit. And then Rayleigh, is he going to launch? Rayleigh's going to launch as well. I don't even know what this guy... Oh, yeah, that's right. He does, like, a lot of fixed damage. I say a lot of fixed damage. It's not that much fixed damage, but I think he hits a lot of targets. And then this should win this the game. Yeah, just Shanks and Buggy do so much damage in Pirate Rumble. They're really, really strong. Alright, so hopefully we can get some cool rewards. And also, I believe there's Chopman missions relating to every time you clear a Rumble match too. So clearing a fair few Rumble matches at the start is definitely worth it. You do get a couple of green tickets. These rewards are pretty trash. I'm just going to pick up the Cola, to be honest. Those are really bad. And then we can hit up Zora, which should be able to raise the level, which we will. We'll raise the level by an additional 2. So that means the boss should be at level 67, I think, when we get to the end here. Pick up the Zora statue, and then we can talk to Rayleigh. And then Zora will activate. Level 67 is the boss. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so this is the team that we have here versus Rayleigh at level 60 plus. So we're using Luffy Ace as the captain this time, a little bit different from the previous video, but Luffy Ace is a really solid unit because they can actually deal with special reverse, which is something that actually occurs on 2 of the main boss stages here. I have the gimmicks up here on the side. We also have the friend captain, of course, because we want to be utilizing them as much as we possibly can. We are using the new Sanji too, mainly just because he's like a boosted unit and actually can somewhat synergize with the team. The rare recruit Robin with the support of Morley is going to be really cool for removing some despair that happens a little later on. We do have the Moby Dick ship, and this one is completely maxed out, which definitely helps for removing an additional turn of bind and despair, which is really good. And this actually does come in quite clutch. And we do have Rayleigh Gaban because they somewhat synergize with the team. But it's actually kind of difficult to synergize Luffy Ace and also Robin and Koala, because, you know, Robin Koala boost Dex, Int, and Cerebral, but Luffy Ace, they only really boost Free Spirit, sometimes Fighter, sometimes Shooter, so trying to find the middle ground between the two is actually pretty tough. At this current point in time, we don't have to worry about super swaps. I have tested, we don't need super swaps at this current point in time, which is a good thing, so we'll see how things go moving forward. One thing about this batch as well is that, like, the new rare recruit batch does not have a way to overheal, and I feel like considering, like, the healing swaps and some of the healing effects that are required for this batch to kind of work, it would make a lot of sense if there was overhealing. It is a little strange that there isn't. Let's go ahead and move on to stage 3, which is against Damalo Black. And Damalo Black is going to do some pretty nasty stuff. Nothing too crazy though. He does give us normal attacks only this time. There's going to be 5 turns of bind on your captains, 1 turn of paralysis, which Rayleigh and Gaban can actually remove with their crewmate ability, which is very nice to have. And then you see that the Mary will actually help us remove 1 turn of that bind. So instead of being 5 turns going down to 2, it actually goes down to 1. And then with the swap ability of Rayleigh Gaban, we can remove an additional turn of that, which is great. Then we'll go ahead and switch to Robin, which gives us a color affinity boost, which actually really doesn't matter. We'll go ahead and swap to Luffy, which will give us the chain boundary, which is also very, very good. And then we'll just attack. This should be enough to kill. Boom, there we go. We got matching the color affinity boost, obviously, which is going to help again with the Robin and the Gaban, of course. And now we hit Sentomaru. So Sentomaru, pretty nasty stuff. And you see that he does apply this new debuff. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but there's also the special reverse, which Luffy and Ace were luckily able still to get around, which is cool. You know, the reverse and the despair. Sometimes if the despair happens first, then you get, you know, reversed. Some things won't work in terms of the captains removing that reverse, but luckily it still works in this case. And we did have the Morley support to remove that additional turn of despair for us here. But as we touched up on, this new debuff. So in the Sugo Trial Island, where you can test out these new batch legends, this debuff was also applied. So it's called the Pain debuff, and it says you take damage after each action, such as specials, other flick animations. It's funny that they just call it a flick animation, unless it is a normal tap. So basically anything that you do that isn't a normal tap will actually make you take damage. Now, after reading the gimmicks in the gimmick lineup, it actually states that Sentomaru will activate this debuff on your crew when your HP is below a certain threshold. Now you can see at this point here, my HP is around 75-ish%, and he still gave it to me. So I don't know if it's above 80% or if you have to be at full HP or something. We don't currently know, but that is something to note moving forward, because the deeper you go, the more damage this actually does to your crew. At this current point in time, the Pain debuff only does 5,000 damage to the crew. So with 60k HP, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but just something to note that it could be a bit problematic moving forward. So let's go ahead and swap with the Koala and Robin. And you see that we do take damage because of activating that switch ability. We'll go ahead and use the special ability of the Robin and Koala, which, because we already have a color affinity boost from their switch, it means that when we move on to the final stage, we are going to have a color affinity boost activated once again, but also the orb boost that they provide will last for 3 turns. So we get a 3-turn orb boost for Dex, Cerebral, and Int characters, I do believe. The 2 colors, yeah, and Cerebral. We take another bit of damage there. And then I think we're just going to attack. Now, we could switch with Luffy Ace, but the thing is Luffy in this form, he actually boosts fighters. And Sanji, I believe, is a fighter character. Yeah, he is a fighter. So I actually kind of want to keep this because it means that Sanji gets the buff from both captains. There's not really a lot else we can do. What is this character? This character gives an orb boost with their switch effect. They also provide a bit of healing, which we could have technically used in the previous turn before entering this stage. Probably would have been nice. We could actually switch with Rayleigh Gaban again, which would give us a very small attack boost, but then again, switching does reduce our HP once more. Let's just attack and see what we can do. Let's see how much damage we can do. Okay, so we're able to get the knockout there. Only 11 million damage, so this team is probably going to need a bit of tuning up once we reach level 80. As I said, that's fine. We'll see how things go in terms of the debuffs. We might have to run units that have much lower point boost, because this team, everyone on the team has at least a 75% chance to give us an additional drop. So, as I said, things might have to change moving forward here. So, Rayleigh, on this final boss fight, he has everything, an immunity to everything except for defense down. You do see that we had the Cornelia support attached to Luffy Ace, and that removes the threshold on this stage, which is a huge buff for us. And then there's also special reverse, but Luffy also deal with that. There's the 5 turns of Rainbow Shield, which of course we're going to deal with Robin. But before that, we are going to use the switch ability of Luffy Ace to get a chain boundary. Then we'll use their special ability to get the full board of matching slots, as well as the attack boosting effect. So they're going to give the entire team an attack boost, which is kind of massive, and a full board of slots, which is great. And now we're going to go ahead and use the special of Robin, which is going to enable us to get rid of the Rainbow Shield. So at this point here, we have a 2.5 attack boost, I believe. We have a 2.5 orb boost. We have a 2.75 color affinity. So our Dex units on this team are going to hit very hard. Basically, the entire left side of our team should hit very hard. So let's get it. Boom, there we go. 46 million damage with the Koala and Robin character, which is awesome. So there we go. We got the clear on the level 60 plus version of Pirate King Adventures. So as I said, things are going to change moving forward once we reach level 80. Of course, I'm totally expecting that to happen. And how many additional drops did we get? We got 5, 6, 7 additional drops. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. And we'll take an additional 10 tickets. So we got 90 turtles total. 95 total, and there we go. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and as I said, I want to bring you guys more content for Pirate King Adventures, and we'll see how the team evolves moving forward as we get additional copies of Sanji and some more green tickets, which are always good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video though, and if you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.